This morning, I came across a video of Jidion on X that left me disappointed, especially as a Christian who understands why Jidion felt the need to distance himself from the Matrix-owned and operated ethos that is that main stage of degeneracy on the internet. And by the way, guys, I'm not saying that that is the only stage, where obviously there's a lot of other spaces paved forward by the top G. But this was a clip of Jidion talking to Sneako, and Sneako, who is a Muslim, asked Jidion to debate principles of Christianity 2-on-2. Sneako would bring a Muslim scholar, and Jidion would have the Christian. Okay, later on in this video I'm going to talk about this, but it's not really a scholar. This guy who Jidion references as Brother Josh, you see him sort of in the background of some videos. More on that later, so stick around. I have a story that pertains to that, which I think explains some of this. But the debate would be between Brother Josh, Jidion, Sneako, and a Muslim scholar that Sneako knows. That is amazing. We want people to hear the competition of ideas and hopefully choose the right side, of course, which is truth in Jesus Christ. But either way, there's going to be people moving away from degeneracy, hearing ideas that are cogent and good. And the only reason you would deny a debate between two sides that are already proper, I mean, it makes me think of like Jordan Peterson and Sam Harris. Both intellectual titans, both clearly care about truth. And I'm talking about the 2018 Sam Harris, not the current Sam Harris, right? Where they were both, interested in engaging with ideas to the maximum. That was a glorious debate, one of the best debates the internet has ever seen, to the point where it almost transcends debate and starts to become conversation, or it starts to become an intellectual pursuit rather than just a debate. When most people think of debate, they think of low resolution arguing, even sometimes ad hominem attacks. But that's just because those people have been exposed to low quality debates, mostly probably at the hands of leftists. But conversation and disagreement between people who both believe in God, both believe in moral objectivism, only good can come of that, because you're going to be bringing people into the fold of understanding there is an objective moral truth and moral essence to the universe, which is a necessary presupposition to make sense of the world. If you don't grasp that, you will not make progress past a certain point. It is a massive, you could call it gatekeeping principle to higher understanding. And that's why I was so disappointed in Jidion's behavior. Let me show you. So this is the clip.
Hey Jidion, how you doing, man? I was just watching the stream. How you doing? It's
this actually is Sneako.
Sneako asks Jidion for a debate, and this is Jidion's Discord, where unfortunately he has some less than savory things going on there, and I have a story about that in a second.
Hey Jidion, how you doing, man? I was just watching the stream. How you doing? It's
this actually is Sneako. It's the Sabbath, man. What's up, Sneako?
It's the Sabbath. Okay, it starts off good. It sounds like I'm just gonna be honest, from my heightened perception, I can already tell that Jidion is pressed for some reason and feels uncomfortable and is trying to fabricate a relaxed tone. But for a lot of people, this could sound like a relaxed tone.
What's going on? How you been? I like the streams, man. Yeah, we don't talk as much anymore, man. I miss you.
Yeah, dude. I mean, respect to Sneako for saying that. As a Christian and Sneako as a Muslim, we both know that we're fighting on the same side against the people who hate morality. So Christians and Muslims are brothers in that sense.
Bro, I had to block you, man.
What did I do?
Bro, you were on my phone. I literally... Here, hold up. If you don't mind, can I read the text message? I don't want to put it out there.
Of course you can.
Okay.
I didn't even know you blocked me.
Oh, I told you I was going to block you.
What did I do?
Let's see. Oh, actually, did I?
This is weird. This is a weird way to interact with somebody. Is Sneako trying to conceal that he was blocked? I don't know. Maybe. It wouldn't be uncommon for, people in social media to kind of act weird like that. I don't get it, because I'm personally never going to do that. But to me, truth is the only thing that matters.
I have not blocked you. No, I did. It says
Okay.
I'm blocked.
But you
That's a weird thing to that's a strange way to interact with somebody, bro.
blocked me?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, because you kept on pushing for the She Ottman thing, and I said no. And let's see.
He kept on pushing for the debate with the guy that I mentioned. That's the name of, I guess, a Muslim scholar.
You said, okay, She Ottman versus Josh on the Bible, locked. Lying is a sin. And I said, where's the lie? If he backs out. And I was like, how? How is that a lie? If he backs out, he's a liar. And I said, Sneako, you act very childish.
Okay, this is really where the problem starts, because I've been to their Discord, and they are constantly saying in every single broadcast, anyone that disagrees, oh, we love disagreement, that's fine, we can have a debate, we can have a healthy debate. They're always saying things like that. But then when they get challenged on anything, they block people. This is now where I'm going to share my story of my experience joining Jidion's Discord for the very first time. The very first time I joined his Discord, I was excited. I wanted to see what Jidion's experience and journey was like. He was talking with this guy called Brother Josh. I had never heard of him. And they were saying the same sort of thing of anyone that wants to debate, anyone that wants to talk, feel free to. And I felt as though they were saying a lot of things that contradicted truth, even biblical truth. And so I wanted to disagree and have a conversation about it. But when I tried to, this guy, Brother Josh, I messaged Brother Josh privately because there were a lot of people in the call. And I said, hey, I have some disagreements on this. I think that, you're wrong when you say the earth is 4,000 years old. I'd like to explain why I think that it is completely biblical to say that the earth is 4.5 billion years old and that evolution is real. And so can I hop in the call and explain why, since you guys are open to debate? Of course, it'll be cordial and professional, and it'll be a high-quality conversation. And this guy, Brother Josh, responded in a way that I wasn't expecting, very harshly, and said, we aren't interested in debating opinions. And then he blocked me. I'm completely serious. And then he responded with, I'm not interested in your opinion. And then he blocked me. So this guy, Brother Josh, who has been basically Jidion's shaman into the Christian faith, has infected Jidion with this type of mentality of any person that wants to disagree, you immediately block. This is not healthy. This is wrong. And I never talk about the religious arguments in a domain that isn't religious. The reason why I'm approaching this from I guess you could say I'm holding Jidion to a higher standard is because he says he's a Christian, because he says that he's putting the world behind him to follow faith, to follow truth, to pursue God. This guy, Brother Josh, is very prideful. And unfortunately, this channel is about truth and completely honest analysis. He's not very intelligent. I listened to him talk for about 2 hours, and especially as a 30-plus-year-old person who's had a lot of time to dedicate himself to one topic and understand one topic in high resolution, that being the Christian faith. He's not very intelligent. He hasn't been able to synthesize a lot of information in a way that is coherent. And on top of that, that's fine. Not everyone, is the same genetically, but on top of that, he's very prideful, and he's clearly passed that along to Jidion, where he thinks that it's acceptable to block people for disagreeing, not just disagreeing, but for taking them up on their offer to debate. They're constantly saying throughout the broadcast, if you disagree with us, come in and debate. If you join their Discord at least, months ago, they might stop, doing that now, but they continue to say, we welcome disagreement, come and debate us. And then they block you. And then they do this. So Jidion is now unfortunately reflecting the pride of this unfortunate loser. And pride is a sin. For people who aren't religious, in both Christianity and Islam, pride is a sin. As a matter of fact, it is a cardinal sin, and the primary sin of the devil is pride. Interesting piece of information. But that's what Jidion is exhibiting here. And I think that he's gotten it from this guy that he's aligned himself with, because I've never really seen him act this way before, especially since he's been saved and given himself over. But this isn't giving yourself over. This is acting improperly. This is poor behavior. And honestly, and I'm very disappointed because Christians who care about the truth should be welcoming to have conversations about Christian faith and the Muslim faith if both parties are operating in good faith. And I know that Sneako would operate in good faith because he cares a lot about Islam, and the scholar who definitely will operate in good faith because he's dedicated his entire life to Islam. These are people that would operate with honor. But you are not operating with honor here, and you're representing us poorly. As a Christian, I am disappointed in Jidion's behavior here, and I call him out for the sin of pride.
If this continues, I'm going to have to rethink my friendship with you. And you were like, "Lol, bro." And I was like, "I'm for real. You be very pushy."
This is exactly the same type of pride ethos that accompanied this guy that blocked me. As soon as he blocked me, he went on this spiel about one of those half-baked arguments where it's low resolution and incorrect and filled with logical errors, but it's only one side against a side that isn't there, because I wasn't there. So he was trying to debate whatever he thought my position would be, and it wasn't my position at all. And it's this exact same type of thing. You're either completely with me, or I'm going to have to block you. And as Jidion is saying, I'm going to have to not be your friend. How could you say that to someone who believes in God? How could you say that to a Muslim who is convicted of his faith as well? You think Christ wouldn't want you to be friends with other people? You think Christ wouldn't want you to be friends with other people who believe in God? You're threatening to no longer be Sneako's friend if he doesn't agree with you? And guys, this is far from a religious channel, by the way. None of my videos have a religious aspect to the analysis because I don't view it as helpful. I take Ben Shapiro's perspective, which is you don't cite religious arguments unless you're having a religious conversation. But Jidion says that he's a Christian, so that's why I'm able to do this. And come on, bro, you're supposed to represent us better, man. How could you? Why would you do this? This is a problem that I see with a lot of Christians. They think that they're too pure to talk with people who would disagree with them. Bro, you could convert people. You could reach people that get some of it or don't get some of it, that disagree and that are further. But this is prideful.
Too much in agitating people. The last people you're supposed to do this to is your friends. Really, you're not supposed to do this to anyone.
Jidion's saying, you're agitating me because you don't agree with me, and therefore I'm going to block you, no longer be your friend. This is the, I'm going to say it, this is the thin-skinned, low-intelligence, prideful position that he's adopted from this other guy that's been mentoring him. Disgusting.
Art meme. And then
it's not the way to operate, so he's been led down the wrong path.
You texted me again and said, Bible debate? And I said, no. And I said, can you not read?
Dude, so prideful. What the hell, Jidion? What are you doing? You give up millions of followers to do this? You give up you give up your millions of followers only to just turn to this? You mean you're gonna start acting, prideful with like 100,000 subscribers when you had 7 million before? What is even the point of that? These people that think they're better than you, that think that they're better than a debate, that think they're better than the mechanism of disagreement to discover truth are going to go nowhere. And they're also fundamentally misunderstanding. They are experiencing a misapprehension of reality to think that a rejection of the mechanism that reveals truth, being dialogue in free speech with people in good faith, creating truth, is that rejecting that is acceptable. It's not acceptable. You're not above that. No one's above that. That is exactly the error of the left. That's what the left thinks. Oh my gosh, we don't have to care about free speech because we're by default the right guys. That's the gift of Marxism. We're part of the club that grants us counterfeit virtue. You're sounding like them, unfortunately. Now, look, everyone makes mistakes. I think Jidion can come back from this, but he's going to have to apologize for this behavior because it's really ugly. And if you think about it, no one from the physical world that he left behind when he went on his new journey has really reached out to him to try to make content. Sneako's the only person that's done that, and you'd think that he'd treat that only person a bit better, especially when he comes with a bunch of people that could be converted, or at least could appreciate a high quality conversation about God. But no. No, I'm just staying in my tiny little Discord community where we talk about how the Earth is 4,000 years old and we actually reject God's creation. It's incredibly unfortunate.
Okay, what are you agitated about?
Okay, so yes, Sneako, that's exactly what I would ask as well.
If someone says no about something and you keep on pushing the person on the same thing, is that not agitating them?
No, you would ask, why are you saying no? What is the problem? If you think that someone is saying no incorrectly, you ask them why. But the person that is possessed by pride finds that intolerable, finds that insulting. And this is the exact same mental error that I experienced when this guy blocked me for saying, I want to disagree with you about how old the Earth is. There was no mechanism in his mind built for disagreement.
Is that not provoking?
You said no. You said no to the debate?
Yes.
Oh, why?
Why? If it, he should ask him why, obviously.
Bye, Sneako.
And that's where you can tell that it is driven by pride, because you can see his smile at the end. You can see his smirk as he blocks and you could say disowns his friend. I mean, what type of behavior is that? That's obviously not godly at all. There's no way you could argue that that is godly. And yeah, this is just very disappointing. As a Christian, this is very disappointing. You just shut off relations with the one person who wanted to enter your bubble, that wanted to go from where you left and connect you so that you can influence more people, so that you can bring more people into a connection with objective moral frameworks. And you said no. You said, I'm too good for that. Disgusting. Completely disgusting. Anytime a person rejects the mechanisms of truth, which would be dialogue in free speech, in good faith, where both parties have a respect for the truth, you enter into this leftist territory, this leftist ethos of there's no such thing as truth. I get to determine what's true. I get to determine what's right and wrong. This completely nihilistic, morally relativistic, hellish plane of existence. And that's not the plane of existence that objective moral frameworks exist on. That is not the plane that the Bible exists on. As a matter of fact, that's how these leftists operate when they get angry at Elon Musk for allowing people to speak their mind on Twitter. You're on the same side of people that support censorship. If Sneako wants to talk about Christianity, I would be happy to talk with him about Christianity. And I don't even need another person to debate. They can debate me 2-on-1 with a Muslim scholar. I could easily handle that. But it's not even about being able to handle it. It's about the conversation being in good faith. And I think that if they care about truth, which I think most religious Muslims do, then only good things will come of it. Anyway, guys, this was an unexpected video. I didn't expect to find this. I didn't expect this to be happening. I honestly expected more of Jidion and was quite surprised by this. Subscribe to the channel. Reject the slave mind. Reject the Matrix, guys. And remember, a word of truth outweighs the world.